Welcome back, folks. Although we have had several Siouxlanders head to the major leagues, all of those were either signed as amateur free agents or drafted after a season or two in college. That is until our SportsFource champion Caleb LaFavor was taken in the latest MLB Draft.
How long he's been working at this, it's a really special moment, and it's awesome, and we love, obviously we want him to be on our team, but you know, it's when the Red Sox are calling, it's a good thing to go there, obviously.
When the Red Sox call, you answer. That's the case for Bishop Heelan pitcher Caleb LaFavor, who was taken with the 304th overall pick in the 10th round by the Boston Red Sox, something that the righty was not surprised to hear about on the second day of the draft.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like a 50-50 shot, I guess, with everything. Just had to fall right with the picks, stuff like that. The Red Sox actually called my agent day 2, and they said, we're going to take him at pick 10 over slot. So kind of knew early in the day and just had to wait till it happens.
LaFavor pitched in 6 games this season for Bishop Heelan, posting an ERA of 0.79. But the Red Sox are getting a complete package, as the Heelan grad also batted .416 and cannot wait to compete.
He's going to go to work for any team that he's on, and off the field, much the same. He's a quieter kid, kind of leads by example, and I think moving forward with the Red Sox, I think he'll be a bright spot in their pitching rotation in years to come.
So, what's next for one of the newest members of the Boston Red Sox organization?
Definitely first week, just a lot of, I got a physical, stuff like that, just getting ready with it. But next week I go to Boston, sign my contract there with the other top 4 picks. So, yeah, it'll be fun.